following the bitterly disputed 2017 polls.
A year on, however, questions still linger on what exactly Raila intended for the controversial oath and why all his three other coalition partners were no-shows.
Tonight, KTN's political reporter Murimi Mwangi takes us back to key events surrounding the controversial oath and explains why things have never been the same again for the Kenyan opposition since the Uhuru Park ceremony.
From this mob which had made away with the official coat of arms, to these youths who had already redesigned the Kenyan currency with opposition leader Raila Odinga's portrait. The air at Uhuru Park oozed of a euphoria of anxiety and defiance on the 30th of January 2018 as the country geared up to Odinga's controversial oath for what he called the people's president, following the bitterly disputed 2017 polls.
We had overcome fear. We were ready for anything from anybody, anytime. And I think that determination is what drove the committee to work seamlessly despite the heavy hand of the state that was coming our way.
The crowd was getting weary and the country anxious, following the switch off of the country's three main television stations for broadcasting the ceremony live, only hours after the government withdrew all security forces from Uhuru Park.
Raila Odinga.
But it was not until 2:30 that Odinga made his way to Uhuru Park. Missing in action, however, was his 2017 running mate Kalonzo Musyoka and fellow core principals Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula. Hours earlier, this had been the mad road race as Kalonzo's handlers blocked journalists from following his convoy a short distance from his current home. But why did the three skip the oathing ceremony?
Raila told Kalonzo and Wetangula and Mudavadi that don't call me, I will call you. And when I'll call you on a Nigerian number. I'll call you on an Nigerian number. And that's what they were expecting.
We assembled in the home of one of them to wait for the mysterious call. And when it comes not from a Nigerian number, but from the regular Raila Odinga number. And it is calling not their secret numbers, it's calling Musalia Mudavadi's number.
At that critical moment, I was with this gentleman. I had gotten that close to them. I think Raila owes them an apology.
And when he calls, the conversation goes something like, Ndugu, where are you? Ndugu, I'm here. Where is there? Oh, I'm here in some place. I can't tell you now. What are you doing there? Are you okay? Yes, I'm okay, but I am marooned. Who has marooned you? These people. Who are these people? These people.
ANC Secretary General Barack Muluka, who has documented all events preceding the controversial oath in these handwritten notes, narrates that this was not the end of the drama.
The next thing were people showing us online footage of Raila Odinga getting into Uhuru Park and doing a rushed swearing in. And from that moment, things took a steady decline.
When you're engaged in a struggle for democracy, sometimes you have to appreciate the idea that the struggle has a leader. And if the leader is on the front line, the struggle is good. And that was our only guiding principle.
And I'm saying, calm, baby, calm.
But Odinga's former ally turned bitter foe, deported lawyer Miguna, has a year later lifted the veil on the backroom deceit and a trail of betrayals preceding the January 30th oath. In a newly published book dubbed Treason, Miguna documents of how Raila on the 10th of December 2017 allegedly duped his coalition partners into postponing the oath, which had initially been slated for Jamhuri Day of 2017. Miguna claims that Odinga sneaked out on Mudavadi and Wetangula, who were heading to Okoa Kenya offices for a press conference, and proceeded to the home of businessman Jimmy Wanjigi. According to Miguna, Odinga had planned to take the oath at Wanjigi's home that day, where everything was already set, including a camera crew which was to circulate the footage to the media houses. To the surprise of Miguna and others, Mudavadi, Wetangula and Makueni Governor Kivutha Kibwana appeared on live TV announcing another postponement of the ceremony.
The Right Honorable Raila Odinga, at no single time did he turn out a decision that our technical committee had made. So anything said to the contrary is nothing but fiction meant to sell books. And I think Kenyans should treat it as so.
But things have never been the same for the once formidable coalition post the January 30th, 2017 ceremony. The straw which ultimately broke the camel's back being Odinga's March 9th decision to sidestep the three core principles when he struck a cooperation deal with the coalition's 2017 chief political competitor, President Uhuru Kenyatta.
It was meant for those who were sworn in at Uhuru Park on the 30th of January and those who were sworn in Kasarani. So for anyone who missed Uhuru Park and missed Kasarani, please give us a break.
Raila is not honest. And I want to be marked. Raila, you are not honest. You have betrayed my party leader. You have betrayed me as your supporter.
The mandate of the lawyer Paul Mwangi and Ambassador Martin Kimani-led Building Bridges team, which was tasked by Kenyatta and Odinga to advance their deal beyond the handshake, ends in a few months.
Of the people's president.
Nevertheless, events of January 30th, 2018 presented a new page in the chapter of Kenyan opposition politics and will no doubt be a key reference point as the country gears up for the 2022 polls. Murimi Mwangi, KTN News.